Did you know Jeff Bezos starts every meeting with 10 minutes of silence? Did you know some CEOs pull their car over before walking into their homes and sit in their driveway for 15 minutes just to reset? Why? Because they understand we've lost the ability to be bored. And when you lose boredom, you lose presence. In fact, in this crazy study where people were given the opportunity to sit in a room for 15 minutes and just be bored with their thoughts or to hit an electrical shock, they would rather do that than actually sit there. Think about that. We'd rather feel pain than just sit in silence. Personally, I don't like boredom, but I've learned that it's not my enemy. It's my brain's way of unlocking creativity, clarity, peace, and presence. In fact, inside my men's transformation program, Bedrock, we train this daily with a 3-hour no phone zone. It's a non-negotiable tool to reset your mind, reclaim your presence, and rebuild your life from the inside out. If you're not on the waiting list to join the next cohort of Bedrock, click the first link in the description. So why does boredom matter and why is everyone talking about it? Arthur Brooks calls boredom the key to activating what scientists call the default mode network, the part of your brain that switches on when you're not distracted. That's when your deepest thoughts come alive. But most of us never let our brains get there anymore. We're standing at a stoplight, check your phone. Waiting in a line, check your phone. Taking a dump, staring at chicks on your phone. Even at the gym, guys are texting all the way between sets. I'm guilty too. This constant stimulation blocks your brain from the very process that blocks connecting to yourself and asking meaningful questions. This is how I lost my marriage. My head and my heart were never connected. No wonder anxiety, depression, and purposelessness are at an all-time high these days. We're avoiding the uncomfortable silence that focuses us to ask, what does my life even mean? Where am I going? Robert Greene says boredom is a signal. It can send you one of two directions. One, towards instant gratification, scrolling, porn, video games, junk food, dopamine, or towards growth, reading, praying, journaling, walking, creating, thinking deeply, having a conversation. 95% of people chase quick hits, but the few who can channel boredom towards growth, they can become what I consider the highest level of mastery for a man, becoming untriggerable. That means to be consistently calm, stable, emotionally regulated. Now, I was no English major, but do you remember the book, The Odyssey? And you remember the story about the sirens? If you're familiar with Greek mythology, then you know that there's this haunting tale of the sirens, creatures who sang really beautifully to the sailors. And the sailors, I guess they couldn't resist. And these sirens didn't attack with weapons. They didn't need to. They mimicked the voices of home, the voices of comfort. And sailors, convinced they were headed towards safety, steered straight into jagged rocks that tore their ships apart. Now here's the connection for us. Your phone is the modern day siren. Every ding, every buzz, every little notification is engineered to sound like the voice of comfort. Check me, you're gonna feel better. Open me, this is important. Scroll me, you'll be entertained. But just like those sailors, the longer you listen, the more off course you drift until you crash on the rocks of distraction and more. And the Greeks weren't dumb. Odysseus knew about the sirens. So when he sailed past their island, he came up with a plan. He ordered his men to plug their ears with wax, and he had them tie themselves to the mast of the ship. Why? Because he knew that willpower alone wasn't enough. He had to build a system to protect him and his men from temptation. That's exactly what we need today, because if Odysseus needed a mast, we need one too. Inside Bedrock, my men's transformation program, we've got a non-negotiable every day of a 3-hour no phone zone. This is our mass. This is our daily ritual of helping us become present. Now, what happens when you are off your phone for 3 hours a day? And I'll tell you, this is not easy if you're addicted to your phone. If you do this every day, this training is gonna help you resist the modern day sirens and steer our lives back towards presence, clarity, creativity, and peace. Scientists call this chasing dopamine. You reach for your phone when you're anxious, when you're bored, when you're restless. You're hoping for something good. Maybe a sale if you're an entrepreneur, a like on your recent post, a message from someone you just hit up. But more often than not, we find what? Stress, a competitor's post, a negative headline, an email that spikes your blood pressure. And over time, your brain gets wired for distraction. You literally lose the ability to focus. 𝗏𝘃𝗃𝗀 talks about how do you focus? You literally focus. It's actually just doing the thing. A lot of people think multitasking is wise. It's actually dumb. It's doing two things poorly at the same time. So how do you focus? You focus and you eliminate things that are preventing you from focusing. That's literally how simple it is. And a lot of our members say things like this, and heck, this was me too. I can't finish a page of a book without my mind wandering. You know, when my partner talks to me, I'm already thinking about how to reply. I can't get through a workout with checking Instagram. And here's the hard truth. Phones don't just create distraction, they create a distracted brain. And that distracted brain shows up everywhere. In your relationship, in your fatherhood, in your work, in your faith. And there's serious hidden costs of escaping this boredom and just saying, I hate being bored. I just don't like being restless. I got to do something all day. There is a cost to this. The science is clear on this as well. Avoiding boredom, it kills your creativity. There's a study where people who did the most boring task imaginable, reading the phone book, they came up with the most creative ideas afterwards. Gosh, that's crazy. Why? Because their minds were free to wander. Boredom also forces what researchers call autobiographical planning, thinking about your life as a story and imagining its future. So when you eliminate boredom with screens, you also eliminate goal setting, meaningful thoughts, building, creating, and long-term vision processes. And here's something you don't realize. If you have kids, they are watching you. Every time you check your phone at the dinner table or the playground, it's like secondhand smoke. It's secondhand screen exposure. It's a crazy concept, right? It directly harms their development because you're modeling distraction as normal. And if you wonder why your teenagers glued to their screen for 9 hours a day, ask yourself, who gave them that example? I promise you, while it might feel like I'm doing this to you, I've got 3 fingers pointed back at me. I can relate to this as a single dad with 3 kids. I got so much extra stuff I have to do, so I'm always feeling like I'm behind. So when you're feeling like you're behind, you're like, oh, my kids aren't gonna walk out, but they will one day. They literally will one day. And this is something I've had to remind myself of. I cannot afford to lose my kids like I lost my marriage, but this is what will happen if we don't win this fight. Now, I'm not here to guilt you. I'm not here to shame you. We're in this together. I'm here to give you a solution. That solution starts with a simple daily no phone zone. As I mentioned, one of the habits that we instill daily in 𝗏𝘃𝗃𝗀 is a 3-hour no phone zone. It's really simple. You just carve out 2 90-minute blocks. You can even do 3 1-hour blocks. It's 3 hours a day where you're 100% present. No phone, no screens, just you, your thoughts, and the people or work in front of you. Now, some of our guys leave their phone in the car at the gym. Some do dinner as a family ritual, no devices at the table. Others schedule morning walks or reading time, just phone free. At first, I'll speak on my behalf. I was shocked by how hard this was. I'm like, holy geez, I can't even get through the first hour of the day without taking a quick peek at my phone. Like, that's when I realized it was a problem. Then you're gonna realize, wow, this is actually uncomfortable. It's gonna feel like withdrawal. But soon what you'll notice is that 1, your workouts are clear, they're sharper, they're more productive. Conversations with your wife, your kids, they feel more alive, they're responding, you're creating moments, there's laughter. You're like, wow, that was like amazing. What a great day that was. What just happened? Well, you were freaking present. That's all that happened. In your work, you rediscover creativity. You start unlocking big ideas. You're problem solving quickly. You're finding solutions. You're focused. And you're getting work done. As Jim Elliot once said, wherever you are, be all there. Now, this isn't about throwing away your phone. I like my phone. I don't ever see myself getting rid of my phone. This isn't about moving to a cabin. This isn't about going into the woods. This is about progress. It's about rewiring our unconscious habits that just keep you numbing and checked out instead of being fully engaged. And if you want to go deeper, I recommend the book, How to Break Up with Your Phone by Catherine Price. But even before that, just try this. Carve out, heck, if 3 hours is too much, start with 2 hours of a no phone zone. And I want you to journal about that experience. I want you to notice what comes up. Do it from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I want you to remember that boredom is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's the gateway to meaning, creativity, and presence. And write down everything you feel. Why are you so bored? Why are you anxious? Why are you unable to look? And just jot down tons and tons of stuff, because this is going to reveal to you how serious this situation is. It's interesting. The hottest topic on YouTube right now is boredom. There's tons of videos about this subject matter right now, because I believe that a lot of people are craving connection with a higher power, something greater than themselves, and they can't tap into it when you're constantly distracted. And in a world where we're drowning in distraction, the man who can embrace boredom is going to stand out as a leader, because they're going to learn how to be present. This is just one of the foundational daily non-negotiables we hold you accountable to inside Bedrock, where men are rebuilding their bodies, we're reinventing our identities, and we're leading ourselves so we can lead our families and our team. If you're ready to stop living distracted and start living present and want to be held accountable to doing your daily no phone zone, join the Bedrock waitlist. It's the first link in the description. We'll be opening up a next cohort later this month. Until next time, level up or level off. Ciao, ciao.